What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about Destruction All-Stars, and I want to give my review predictions for it in terms of how I think critics are going to talk about this game. Yes, it's a free game, and I do think that has changed, that changes how people perceive it, I should say. So we're going to talk about that. I want to go over basically the review score predictions, okay? So what maybe it will get on Metacritic, some of the good things that could be said about this game, some of the bad things, and try and predict those things, okay? I'm also going to have another video, I think, over the weekend talking about this game one more time before it comes out. Seems like, they didn't say it. They haven't said it yet, but I think it comes out, next Tuesday. Next Tuesday is February 2nd. It's the first Tuesday in February, and that would be the day that we get the PlayStation Plus games of the month. So it really seems like it's very, very close, and I am so excited for this game. I've been a pretty solid supporter of it, even back when it was going to be $70, and I was like, I really want it. Do I want to spend $70 on it, though? And, I was kind of in the middle there, but I have definitely, I'd say, majority time been on this game's side ever since it was announced. So, really quickly, before I get too far into it, make sure, as always, you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter, PodcastNow15 is my Twitter handle. We're getting very close to 2,000 followers. I'd love to hit that within February or March, and I do think we're going to do that. So make sure you guys are following me there. Link for that is in the description below. All right, look. Free-to-play game. Free-to-play, definitely. And now it's free if you have PlayStation Plus. That is a major positive going this game's way. Again, the number one thing I said about this game when it was shown, and I was very excited for it, it looks, now I've said it before and everybody kind of says it, right? Rocket League mixed with like a Fortnite-esque kind of game, and that's what this game is. I mean, I'm in love with it. They've had, over the last little while, they've had increasing more trailers. Now, we still haven't gotten, I would say, like a super deep dive into gameplay. We've never seen like a full match to kind of feel out how we're gonna be playing this game. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's a game that we're all gonna pick up again, probably day one, and just jump into and all kind of experience together. This is one of those games that, and I talked about with Rocket League. I think I've even said it like for Honor and like a Ubisoft, all different kinds of games. This is an example of a game that we're all gonna jump into at the same time, and we're gonna kind of grow with it. Predator Hunting Grounds was actually one of the recent games. Now, that game wasn't perfect, but that was a game that everybody jumped into, and then progressively we all got like more skilled at it, where if you played it that's kind of the same thing for all multiplayer games, you could argue, right? I really think this has a lot going for it. Now, review predictions, okay? While it has a lot going for it, it also does, if you look at it with a critical eye, okay, and you're able to take criticisms on this game, okay? Now, I don't know how many super diehards that are just going to bow down to this game and say there could be no problems with it, but the game can obviously have problems, okay? The thing is, this game really thought, somebody thought somewhere in Sony that this game was worth $70. Now, you'd have to imagine that is Sony that did that, or maybe it's a developer, but whoever made that decision probably shouldn't have, but it does show that they thought, or maybe they were going to try and fool and pass off this game as a $70 game. Going from 70 to free is an enormous jump. I mean, there's not even a word actually big enough to describe how big of a jump it is, and you have to keep that in context as you review this game. I don't think this game will be perfect. I think this game will have issues. I've recently, over the last 3-ish weeks, jumped back into Rocket League. I was once a god at that game. I would argue I'm getting back into form now as well. That game is so perfect. That game really caught everybody by storm back when it released. I want Destruction All-Stars to be that. I don't know if it will. We'll have to see. So when it comes to review scores, this one's a tough one. I'm going to go low. I'm going to go pretty low, and I'm going to hope that it surprises me. I'm going to say a 74 to a 77, or a 7.4 to a 7.7. I'm gonna say the mid sevens is where I think this game is going to land on Metacritic, which is again the average of a lot of sites or publications that publish reviews on games. I think that's where it'll land. I want it to be higher. I pray it's not lower, and that's kind of where I stand, and that's we'll see where everything kind of falls in place, right? But I do think there's potential for this game. I can see this game coming out and being a surprise hit. I mean, you even look at Fall Guys. Fall Guys is a really good game. It's very simplistic. You could argue it gets old fast. I actually really like Fall Guys. I still play Fall Guys. I come back every update, every like season, or even like 0.5 season, and I play the game for like a week straight, like every single night for like 2 to 3 hours. I play the game, so I really like Fall Guys, and I know that game kind of fell out of favor with people relatively quickly, but it should show that if you have an interesting concept that's fun, that's like engaging, you can catch lightning in a bottle and like run with it. I mean, really, if you think about it, that's what Among Us did. Among Us is a game that's very simplistic. Really, it's a game that has been it's a game based off of games that you can play, social party games that people have played for decades, right? That you don't need a computer, you don't need anything to play these kind of games, in several versions, right? Werewolf, Mafia, all that kind of stuff. But like it works, and obviously it's just continued to grow and evolve and be good. Now again, I don't think this game is going to do that, but it should show that all you need is a relatively fun concept that works in the moment, and you know, if it lasts like a month or so. And that's another thing too, when the game's free, literally it's a free game, and we know, by the way, that these PlayStation Plus games, the PS5 ones, we know they're free normally for around 2 months, and then they go away, right? So to have it free for 2 months, anybody can pick it up. I mean, even if it lasts you 2 months, are you gonna be all that disappointed? And another, honestly, right, when it comes to March is packed with games. So to me, I look at Destruction All-Stars that in February, the only other game I'm interested in is Little Nightmares 2. That's the only other game, and that's a very different game than Destruction All-Stars. If Destruction All-Stars takes up my time, is a fun multiplayer game to play for a month, and then it dies out, and then we go into March, and we have all of the games that come out in March, which there's a lot of them, then that's fine by me. You know what I mean? I do want to see Destruction All-Stars grow. I'm going to be playing it day one. I hope to help it. I mean, I'd love to make videos on it, whether it be like in-game help or, you know, review or, you know, whatever it happens to be. I am planning on covering the game. I'm excited. I really am excited for this game. I just think 74-77, just because we could be surprised, and it could be a really big surprise hit. At the same time, there could be just not enough there. It could be not as entertaining or fun. That's the thing. I mean, like, yeah, the concept can be very raw, and that can be fun, but if it doesn't work, like if everything doesn't come together, and you say, well, this part of the thing is fun, but not the whole thing. When you have that really hurts a game like this, right, in general. So we'll have to see how it goes, but I just feel, I don't know. I think, again, being free should really help this game. Like, I'm not saying, like, it adds additional points, like, immediately, but, I mean, if this game comes out, and it's the exact same game it would be, and say you pay $70 for it, or you pay nothing and you get it for free, you are going to judge it flat out much differently. You know what I mean? If there's a problem with it, you're not going to have as much of a problem with that problem. If there's a problem, you're not going to say, oh my God, everybody laser focusing on this problem. We need them to hear about it. We need to make videos about it. We need to call it out. It needs to be, you know, like there's an issue here. Yeah, I mean, that maybe if it's severe enough, for sure. But, you know, in general, if it's a small-ish thing, for free, it's not a big deal. If you pay $70 and it's, you know, and it's the same problem, you're probably going to have an issue with it, right? And for a game like this, I really think it's just like content, like actual like quantity, like what you can actually do in this game. If it doesn't feel like a full game now, that's actually okay. I mean, it's, you know, obviously you want it to be a full game, so maybe you'd have problems with it, but it's not as big of a deal as if it comes out for 70 and you say, yep, this for sure should have been 20 bucks. I have no idea how it became 70. Those are the issues you have the higher up in price you go, but considering it's free, you know, those issues honestly aren't really there at all. In fact, even for like microtransactions, if they wanted to do that, I'm not a big fan of them, and you have to do them the right way. If you do them the right way, okay, and they're there, they're in the background, you're not forced, nothing's blocked, they're just purely cosmetic, or whatever it happens to be, right? If it's in a good way, even that is like fine. If you even do that in a full price game, though, you do have some problems. And then obviously if it's like a pay to win situation, that's bad across the board. So there is a lot of mystery. I could see this game being a very, very split game. It doesn't, yet again, I didn't even know about Rocket League before Rocket League came out. I didn't know about Among Us before Among Us blew up. I didn't know about Fall Guys until Fall Guys released. So all of these kind of fun games that come out of nowhere and just strike the world, right? most times we don't really hear. There are people, obviously, there's some people, but for the most part, you don't really see it leading up. Destruction All-Stars is the first game that I can compare to these other like success stories that were kind of crazy, but we know actually quite a bit about Destruction All-Stars. We know more about it, and we focused more on it more than we did those other games. So it puts it in a pretty weird situation overall. So let me know, guys, in the comments below, what do you think? What do you think the review scores for this game are going to be? Do you think it's going to be good, bad? Are you guys going to get it? Let me know. As always, make sure you guys are subscribed to this channel. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all these videos go up. Again, if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, PodcastNow15 is my Twitter handle. Would love to have you guys over there. Thank you all so much for watching. Again, like I said, there will be, I'll do another video hopefully over the weekend on this game. And then once this game comes out, I'll definitely be jumping and I'll do videos on the game. We'll talk about it. We'll review it, all that good stuff, okay? Thank you for watching. And I hope to see you all on the next video.